Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Canuck roster tonight. One person I want to ask Craig about, he did play for the Leafs and the Jets, is Nic Petan. He's not in the Canucks lineup tonight as the Canucks take on the Kraken, and we've made a lot about Nic Petan with 3 points in the preseason so far. And, Rick, significantly, you read a lot into this because it's something the Canucks need right now, given who's injured, seeing some time penalty killing as well.
Nic Petan has shown well so far, the North Delta kid, North Shore Winter Club. He's been doing well, and he's got a history of Travis Green. They go back to Portland, the Winterhawks, and the Western Hockey League together. This is a great opportunity. Besser, Mott, Sutter out. This is a great opportunity for Petan. Yeah. Really good one.
And he looks confident. And we talked earlier, a few months ago, how the Canucks' third, fourth lines, you'd like to see some players with some offensive capabilities there. So maybe Nic Petan fits the bill. We got Craig? We got him. I've asked you that 3 times. We do have Craig Button, TSN Scouting Director. Craig, thanks for doing this. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm going to have to disagree with Rick right off the bat. Nic Petan doesn't fit the bill.
No?
He doesn't fit it?
No.
Any chance he makes a significant contribution to the Canuck roster if he is there opening night?
I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Because I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's quick enough. I don't think he's skilled enough. I think that we know that he has a real good offensive mindset. He was a prolific junior player, good in the American Hockey League. Mm-hmm. Not quick enough or dynamic enough to do it at the NHL level. And Rick, just, from my perspective, the Canucks have more than enough offense. Their problem isn't offense in their forward group. Their problem is the blue line.
For sure.
You can add all the offense you want until they get that blue line bolstered and strengthened. It's going to continue to be a question mark, and it'll continue to pose challenges when they come up against good teams. But no, listen, I love Nic Petan, and thought that when he was coming out of junior that he had real good potential. You know what? Got to realize it. It doesn't mean that he hasn't tried or competed or doesn't add an element or doesn't have a potential. He's reached the point in his career where I don't think that he can do that at the NHL level.
Might be a short-term fix with Sutter out and
there's
and
injuries
Mott
here.
out. Hey, Craig, one player that's getting a lot of love in this preseason and training camp is another local boy, and that's Brad Hunt. What can you tell us about him?
Depth defenseman. Brad can step in there and he can play some games. He's got a good shot. He's got a good mind for the game. And, one of the things that Brad has been able to develop over the course of his career is just, this is what you're going to get from me. This is what you can expect. Coaches love predictability. Coaches love to know that there's not going to be kind of a roller coaster ride during the course of a game with players. So Brad's not going to give you that roller coaster ride. Put him in the right situations. Let him operate within those parameters. Let him be able to handle, the challenges and the opportunities in the game that his skill set and his abilities provide him. And then let him do that. I mean, he can add an element on the power play. He's got a good shot. But when I say depth, I'm not. That's not a derogatory term. It's just like, you're playing a certain team. You need a little help on the blue line. You need a little bit more offense. You need a little help on the power play. I think Brad can offer all those things. And good teams have really good depth, and I think Brad provides that.
Hey, Craig, Podkolzin started out early in the preseason, played high in the lineup, dropped to the fourth line 10 minutes the other night. He's in tonight again. Not a lot of offense, but they got to find, Travis has got to find out where he's going to fit in this lineup, or he may start in Abbotsford. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not so sure that I would be concerned if he starts in Abbotsford, Rick. Part of the next steps for Vasily is being able to understand that shift in, shift out, game in, game out, you got to bring your game. And, there's going to be a lot of newness for Vasily. And so if it means that he's got to go down to Abbotsford and, kind of get a comfort level, getting his pace up, getting some confidence built by being productive in different areas of the game, not just on the point, on the scoring summary, that's not a negative. And because Abbotsford is so close now, I mean, I think it really affords them an opportunity. Hey, go down there for a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, come back and we'll put you in this situation. So, and that's what Travis has to do. Travis has to find, where can I maximize the abilities of Vasily Podkolzin at this stage of his career that gives our team a chance to be successful, that allows Vasily to build his game and grow his game. And certainly that doesn't exclude him from the American Hockey League. You guys know what I think of Vasily. I think he's going to be a real good player. Do I think that he's closer to being able to play in the NHL than not? Yes, I do. But that doesn't exclude him from maybe needing some games. And it doesn't always have to be at the outset, Rick. It could be maybe he reaches a point in November. Maybe you just have to get him some games, and there's a stretch of games that really work for him to be able to do that. And I think that that's normal in development. And quite frankly, I think it should be expected. I don't think it should be anything that's a negative attached to Vasily Podkolzin at this stage.
When you see a player like Robin Lehner go to Twitter and take shots at coaches, teams, what goes through? What are your thoughts on that, Craig?
I think there's a lot of layers to Robin's comments. Number one, and I'll say this to and he had to walk back because he talked about Alain Vigneault. He's never played for Alain Vigneault. So you know what? It's hearsay. So bottom line, I don't care what somebody told you. You know what? It's not enough to make that kind of criticism of Alain Vigneault just because you've heard it, right? I think that was unfair, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any right. Now, with respect to where he talked about his own condition, and Robin has really been an advocate for mental health and been significant. And he weighs in, attaches it to the Jack Eichel situation. Dan Carcillo weighs in and attaches it to the Steve Monador situation. There's lots of situations. I think that when Robin comes in and makes his commentary in that regard, it's about a bigger conversation. It's about a bigger concern that the players have and certainly teams have. And, you talk about communication and, a player wants a second opinion. Well, the team says, well, okay, great, but we trust our medical staff. Well, as you should. But, what you're ultimately trying to do is find the best answer to remedy an injury or a mental health situation. In his case, his anxiety, and he wasn't sleeping. He wasn't getting REM sleep. He can speak to that personally. The Jack Eichel situation, the Buffalo Sabres are going, well, this is experimental surgery. We're not comfortable with it. I understand all the elements of it. It's a conversation piece. And I think that the players, whether it be medical, whether it be dress codes, they want more say. And it's not just in hockey, it's in all sports. And I think that that's an important message for us to listen to from Robin Lehner. The first part, when you're starting to make critical accusations and assessments of coaches and people you've never been around or played for, sorry, I don't have a lot of time for that. And but the other parts, we need to listen and we need to consider what he said, from a macro point of view.
That's the problem, Craig, is that I think targeting AV took away from what is a more serious discussion. It wasn't a smart move on his part, and he's walked it back. All right, you are TSN's scouting director. The Boston Bruins have sent down Fabian Lysell to the Vancouver Giants, first-round draft pick. What can you tell us about him?
Real good goal scorer. And he's a goal scorer that with a really good centerman that gets the puck on the move. He's got a good shot. He attacks the net. And he's not a one-dimensional goal scorer. You see young players that have been able to skate and they got really good puck handling skills that can get around players. Fabian is really good in tight. He's really good at the right side of the net on the strong side of his shooting. He's really good on the backhand side on the other side of the net. So he becomes a real challenging player to defend against. And he's got the great scoring instincts and with respect to, I know where to get to and I know when to get there. So he's not a player that's just going to post up and now you get to mark him and it becomes becomes a one-on-one battle. I'm going to stop you. No, you got to stop me. He's really shifty. He's quick with his mind and recognizing where those opportunities are, and he's quick with his hands and he's quick with his feet. When you can score in multiple ways, that creates an opportunity where you're not predictable. And the goaltender and defensemen are back on their heels. And like I said, he gets the puck on the move. He's got a real determination to get to the net and to attack the net. And real good player. I mean, I felt that you're projecting that skating. In my view, he's just got to find a half a step quickness, because he's going to have to find that to create some room for himself and to create those openings for himself. If his quickness was a little bit better, going into his draft year, I think you would have seen a player drafted a lot higher. But certainly the potential is there, not only to be a real good offensive player and a goal scorer, but to improve that quickness.
Yankees, Red Sox wild card today. Did you get that hat from the Hall of Fame? Is it Babe Ruth's old lid?
Joe DiMaggio's.
Okay. All right.
Listen, I'm a Yankees fan.
Okay.
I make no apologies for it. So that's why I have it on, and it was no accident that I wore it today.
We have something in common.
Ray Ferraro's a Red
Sox fan.
Red Sox.
So Ray and I are at odds today.
Greg, good luck to your Yankees, and thanks for doing this.
Thanks, you guys.
You bet. Craig Button, TSN Director of Scouting.